And just like that, welcome back. Real quick, let me refresh this. YouTube's tripping. And let's see if it works now. Now it's working. There we go. Sorry about that. Good to see everybody. Welcome back. I'm Professor Keith, Carolina Keith, regular Keith. Just Keith. I hate Keith. Keith doesn't know how to do anything. Keith's stupid. Whatever, bro. Glad to see you nonetheless. It's a little chilly here today, so I got the jacket on because I'm a little bit hard-headed, and I refuse to turn the heat on because I'm a cheapo, and that's how cheapos do it. We don't want to spend money when we don't have to, right? So haven't turned the heat on yet, but anyway, let's get into this crypto before dark. Good to see you all. Thank you for coming. We'll give some time for people to come in. It's Wednesday. Our Wednesday show doesn't tend to have as many people, but we like to do it anyway. Why is that? Well, our friends across the pond over in the UK or in Australia or in anywhere in Europe really don't get a chance to watch the live streams because the time difference is very large. But this puts it right at about 8 o'clock p.m. over there for them, so they can watch then, right? So this is why we like to do it. If you haven't done so, go hit like. They don't cost anything to hit like. They're free. Cost zero boner. See your 0 bones there. 0 bones to hit like. You can also hit subscribe while you're there. Why not, man? We're getting close to 10,000. When we get close to 10,000, I plan on doing some giveaways. I got some cool shit that I kind of bought and I want to give away for anyone who is a subscriber when that happens. We'll just randomly pick people like we've done before. So let's go say hey to everyone, right? And let's click through some stuff and say hey, and then we'll get rolling over on what the total market cap looks like. This just in, I think it looks bad. Just saying. All right. What's up, Ron Poteet? He was first. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Danny Carney, Danny Deep Pockets. What's up, Danny? Eric Phillips, Sven. What's up? A&J K with the monkey. What's up, bro? Or maybe just an 8. What's up, Madman? He said, what's up, Assassins? We've had a lot of money flying around lately in Discord. If you ever wonder why we're the 786 Assassins, well, it has to do with the Fibonacci line, number 1. Number 2, we attack and we get paid. We're here to kill charts no matter which direction they go in. That's exactly what we do. Savagely Trading Tony, what's up? Good to see you, brother. One of the admins, Tim Ross, what's up? Seif, Ron Seif, what's up, dude? Knox, greetings from Germany. What's up, my guy? Good to see you all the way from Deutschland. Cycling Cotton, what's up? Good to see you. Angel Ponce, good to see you. Nicholas Greco, excited to watch the charts. Bro, welcome to the club. You're excited to watch charts? Listen, you're one of us now. You're one of us now. You are the captain now. There's more than one quarterback on this football team. It's just the way it is. It's not a sole rider here. It takes a group. It takes a team. And that's exactly what y'all are. Okay? No, you're not just people who are watching on YouTube. It's part of the team. Okay? You don't have to understand that at first. It takes a little while for that to set in. But I can't do it without people. That's all there is to it. Snowing in Illinois. Damn, let's go. What's up, Zorro? Architecture. Heather Stewart, what's up, ma'am? How are you? Go Heels. Damn right, bro. The Tar Heel, ma'am. Tar Heel jacket, Tar Heel hat, and I got a hoodie over here. That's what I wore last night, right? But I stayed on Zoom till like 3 in the morning, so I got the Tar Heel hoodie over here too, right? Yeah, there's only one shade of blue that matters. It's that Tar Heel blue. What's up, Jeremy? Good to see you. Nate S. Tom Reichschneider, good to see you. Mountain Man, what's up, brother? It looks bad, shocker, right? But it's hard to get through to people. I have to keep saying this kind of stuff. Oh man, German porn bots are back. Let's go. When the German porn bots hit, you know you've done well. Hey, Jenny Howell. Hey, it's Jenny from Greenbow, Alabama. Bro, that's awesome. G Funkadelian, Boss Nova, Thor's Hammer, Silent Sandal, Ever Forward. What's up? Good to see all y'all. So let's dive in. Total market cap. I'm going to pull all the indicators off and I'm just going to put up nothing but some simple price action here. I'm going to go back to the weekly chart and I'm going to click out what I'm trying to say here. So these 2 yellow lines that I have on the screen drawn are the current range. And by current range, what do I mean? I mean the price is stuck in this range high and the range low, which is each yellow line. All right. Essentially here, this range between these 2 yellow lines has kind of trapped price for quite a while, all the way from, Monday, June 13th, where the bottom of that range was, to the top of that range on August 22nd, Monday, August 8th. That range just went back and forth a good bit here, tested it multiple times, and has since forth failed the lower portion of this range. Tested it many times. It couldn't hold and it failed. The requisite problem that comes with this is when you fail a level like this, you need to recapture it rather quickly. And if you don't recapture that level rather quickly, you are bound to test levels below that level that you didn't recapture, which is really bad, right? So zoom in for a second here and you'll see what I'm saying. Upper range, lower range, this is weekly. I'm going to flip to the daily chart now. You can see it a little bit more detailed. So same chart, only on daily. You see this yellow line. You see that we had a capitulation the other day, and you can blame that capitulation on whatever you want, but I just showed you a weekly chart that took many, many months to play out. All right. Now that chart has fallen under the yellow line. Now that it's under the yellow line, instead of recapturing it, it didn't recapture it. Instead of recapturing it, all it did was test the bottom of it. You can argue the exact placement of where this line is. Should it be where I have it? Should it be a little higher? Should it be a little lower? Not the point. More so the point is we haven't recaptured this line. Hence, it looks like we're going to keep failing this line. If we keep failing this line, what are the consequences? Well, if you can imagine throwing a snowball off the top of a mountain, and once that snowball starts rolling, it gets larger and larger and larger. And really the only thing that stops that snowball is gravity. Once the snowball has gotten down far enough to the valley, it finally stops rolling. And once it stops rolling, the warmth comes in and melts that snowball and turns it to water, which evaporates and goes back to the top, which then turns into snow and then comes back down again and creates another snowball. We get a reversal, is what I'm trying to say. We haven't had that happen yet. The snowball is still rolling down the hill. Until this snowball hits pause and stops rolling down the hill, we're only going to see more and more and more capitulation. I don't want this to happen, right? I want to see everyone be able to buy, get what you've got, and ride it up and make money. However, at this stage in the game, you're only purging money out. You're not recapturing money. You're not making any. You're only putting money in and putting money in. For anyone who's been in a toxic relationship in their life, if you've never been in a toxic relationship, I'll explain to you how it works. You put in more than the other person puts in. You don't get out anything more than the other person gets out. You are putting in more. They are putting in less. That is a toxic relationship. Change out persons with money. All right, let's do assets instead of people. You keep putting money into Bitcoin or Ethereum or XRP. You're not getting any profits back out. That is a toxic relationship. That is bound to fail. Far too often we let ourselves fall into toxic relationships without doing anything to counter it. You have the opportunity to counter this. All right. You can just stop repeating the failures that you've been doing and change your path. It's not easy. It takes a mental break to do that. You've got to stop here before you can start using the mouse button the correct way. It's not easy, right? It's not easy, but you can do it. You have to start with the fundamentals. You have to admit, I fucked up. I was talking about this in the Discord today a little bit, but I'm big on accountability, okay? I have two boys. Everybody knows that. You've probably seen the pictures. One of my Twitter pictures or profile is me and one of my kids. Love my boys to death. I'm big on accountability. When you fuck up, admit it, know that you did it, and own it. And then from there, you can work on fixing it. If you do not admit your screw up, you are bound to repeat that same screw up over and over and over again. We had this really cool exchange with the boys a couple weeks ago. We went to this vintage arcade a couple towns over. It's really cool. It's like all old school 80s and 90s arcade games. Right, they've got like NBA Jam and NFL Blitz and like Mortal Kombat. All of them like old school Galaga, Asteroids, everything. But it's all the old school games, you know. Really, really cool. And it's not like new machines. They're the old ones, which made me super happy. And you pay a little money, you can go all day long, right? It's like $12 for the whole day. You can play games unlimited. So we sit down to eat dinner. And when we're eating, we also have our niece with us. And she's only 1.5 years old, right? She's very young. But she's 2 years old. She just turned 2. She's wanting to eat ketchup, right? And you can't let a kid just eat ketchup, right? So we're trying to stop her. So if you're going to eat the ketchup, you got to eat real food with it. Well, she decided she didn't want to use a fork anymore. She wanted to use a napkin, and she started trying to eat it with a napkin. And she busts out into tears when we stop her and tell her, no, you can't do that. You're going to make a mess, right? She said, well, I want it. And essentially, me and the fiance both looked at her and said, too bad. And she started crying more. And then one of my sons looks and says, he wasn't listening. He said, what's she crying for? And I said, well, we told her she couldn't eat ketchup with a napkin because that's the wrong way to do it. She didn't like it. And he says, well, that's just life. And I immediately busted out laughing because he's exactly right. Deal with it. Deal with it. That's life. You're not allowed to do whatever you want all the time. Grow up, right? You're doing it wrong. Admit your failure and fix it, or just cry about it. But that doesn't fix anything. That was an interesting exchange we had that directly reflects to assets like crypto that are constantly moving, and you have to be constantly moving. You can't just sit and watch it sit there and expect you're going to make a lot of money. Now, where do I think this is going? All that to say, this looks like it's heading to a certain key level. What key level do I speak of? It's that same key level of about $700 billion total. Right now, we're at $782 billion. All right? 700 billion ain't that much farther, is it? No, it's not. It's only about 15 or 18%. Don't tell me that can't happen. That can happen relatively fast. That can happen relatively fast. That can happen quick. That can click off in a heartbeat. Furthermore, where else could we go? And why do I have these levels that I have? Well, if we look back, it's kind of more high time frame support here. All right. What does this level mean? It's just levels that haven't been tested yet of support where price action is likely to go back to in the middle of a downtrend, which we're clearly in a downtrend. And you see I have it labeled. This is bad that we haven't recaptured that yellow line. And it doesn't look like we are either. Not anytime soon. So the next level, this white line right here, I have at about 680 billion, but call it 700. That looks like the next stopping point to me. Now, I think we'll get some more consolidation and chop as that happens. I don't think it's going to happen, in a hurry, quick, fast, but I think it'll get there. Furthermore, if that doesn't hold, we're at 550. Now, I've been talking to some other TA people because I don't like to think that I know it all, because I don't, right? I can admit that I'm not some grand genius and some super professional, awesome person. Like, I'm a pro trader and I can trade for a living, and I've been doing that in the Discord the last few days just to prove a point. Not the point in the fact that I'm a pro trader. The point is, even I don't know everything. So I want to hear what other pros have to say. And some of them like it much, much lower than I've got it, which kind of floored me and took me back for a moment. And I'm like, well, how did you get that level? And they think the hard stuff hasn't even come in yet. Now, I'm to believe that there's a cyclical nature to all of this. So I'm going to stick with that until I see it fail. But if I see these two levels fail, the final level is kind of this plateau right here, the pre-bull market plateau, right in here, around 350 billion. That's literally half of what we have now, plus some, almost 60% more drop. Man, 60% is a ton of money. 40% of that 60% would be purely Bitcoin. Why? Because it's 40+% dominance over all of the whole crypto market. All this goes to say it can get much worse. This stuff not recapturing that level only makes it worse. And I'm not saying this from the point of I think or I hope. Look, it becomes a mathematical certainty after a while. Until that level's reclaimed, nothing good's going to happen here. Now, how do I think this is going to shake out? Let me pull up the ADA chart and then the Bitcoin chart, and I want to show you what I see here, right? It's an odd look, but I think it's going to happen. First, let me go say hey to everybody and read the comments real quick. Lunatic Prophet, good to see you. Ray TA, what's up, my guy? Boss Nova from Bulgaria. Dude, how cool is that? Good to see you. Fellow Carolinian Wilmington. I didn't know Heather Stewart was from the wheel. Good to see you. That's awesome. I didn't know you were from over there. Played a couple baseball tournaments when I was a kid back then. It's awesome. Jeremy was there with me. Thor, Thomas Guy, Keith, I will need to check out the recording of this live because I have to go. No worries, brother. Thank you for coming. Rug. Rug is in the house. When Rugnet comes in, you know it's a party because he's an OG. He's been around since 2019, bro. He knows. He gets it. Jalapeno. I know the market sucks, but has anyone tried putting ketchup on it yet? Ha! Classic. While we're here, 786unlimited.com has our Discord that's free until the end of the month. The link is down below. You can click on 786unlimited.com or you can just click on the Discord link right down there at the bottom. Click on it and it gives you access to our Discord, which is fully free until the end of the year. Okay. Very simply, everything I talk about here is talked about on the Discord first. We're always there. I've been up till 3 or 4 in the morning every night the last few mornings, and that's East Coast time. 3 or 4 in the morning, the last few mornings, just trading, just doing different things, talking, listening to music, jamming out to myself, having a great time. I love bouncing ideas off of people. It's crucial. It's crucial to get the feedback from other people who are looking at what you're looking at to keep yourself in check, okay? Because I got to keep myself in check. Sometimes I think I know it all, and I get proven that I don't, okay? It's important to be able to humble yourself up and hear what other people have to say, right? We have multiple channels. We have crypto channels, stocks and forex channels. We have options channels. We have leverage channels. We have DeFi stuff. And we're getting more DeFi stuff coming in, by the way. I've just been busy. We've got a ton of stuff over there. It's free. Why not? It's going to hurt. It doesn't cost you anything, right? Right here's the website if you've never been on it. It's quite simple. There's only 4 things to click on now. Whenever it decides to load. Whenever it decides to load. Oh my God. Of course, when you need something to load, it won't load. Anyway, we have our YouTube channel, our private consults if you want a private consult. If you'd like to join the Discord, just click the link right here. You can't see it, but it's there. All right. Then our Discord pops up over here. Promise you. I did the way up there it goes. Now it's all working. Right here's the Launchpass link. Here's the Discord. Here's the private consult. And there's the YouTube. There's nothing to it. There's only 4 things to click on. If you'd like, you can come over and look at our admins and see who we are and blah, blah, blah. Really up to you. We're going to keep adding on stuff to this. Just part of the game. Anyway, I've got ADA pulled up here. Oh, people are talking. 4 baseball and 1 beach volleyballer. Let's go. Has anyone tried unplugging the market and plugging it back in? That's good, Rug. I peeped that Discord on the regular. Good, brother. Love to see you. Best $8 I spend a month. Word, let's go. Rage Clan, what's up, dude? Good to see you, Chris. Super worried about DeFi. Isn't all just going to blow up? It very well could. The better way to think about this is you have no control over that. And since you have no control over it, there's nothing you can do except watch. So just watch. Don't panic. Don't freak out. Just watch and wait. That's the best advice I can give. There's no reason to do anything otherwise. So I got ADA pulled up here. All right. In that same time frame that I just showed you on total DeFi, on total market cap, is a similar setup here. Okay. I'll draw it out for you here. A yellow line. And here's another yellow line, which just so happens to be at a high time frame fib line. Similar situation. You've had this range that held for quite a while, right? Then this range tested the bottom so many times that it eventually slipped under and failed and pulled way down. After that, it ran back up, tested the bottom twice, and then furthermore, fell down even farther. All right. I really don't like this look. And the reason I really don't like this look is if you pull up Bitcoin, kind of on a side-by-side here, and I'll pull it up here for you. Oh, didn't mean to draw that. Let's do daily. All right, let's grab our chart and pull it down here where we can see it, where the humans are. There we go. And if we're looking side by side at this, you can kind of see the difference in price action. They're not exact, but the similarities are kind of eerie. All right, but there's your upper level. Right here is your lower level. Now, I give you pause here. Why? Because if this plays out and this thing chops over and just comes back up and gives us a big kiss and then a roll back down, this little move up right here is going to feel real good. It's going to feel real good and fuzzy and warm on the inside if that happens again. All right. You're going to get those hopium vibes that shoot back into your veins and get you feeling good again and get you pumped up that we're going to go back up. Meanwhile, people like me are just sitting back waiting to short it, ready to cut your legs out from under you. Now, I don't want to see that happen, so be very careful. Because you see right here, ADA's already done something similar. Come back up here and double tested and failed. Does that mean this is going to happen, or does it just fail from here? Because the other argument that there is to have, which I would agree with, is, are we just forming a bear flag here? Which it kind of looks like, yeah. Are we just forming a bear flag here? And I even wrote it out for you, stuck in this range here. Just forming a bear flag, and we're just going to poke our head down here and run down to this next lower level, which just so happens to be around 14,005 to around 13,005. This level's intriguing to me because if we can just make a bear flag and push down here and go, excellent. Honestly, at that point, you have to start thinking, is it a good time to start accumulating if that's your plan? Because now you're so far down from 60,000 all the way down to 15,000 to 14,000 to 13,000. You're getting down to the levels where from 13,000 to 10,000 isn't a tremendous difference for you anymore. Now, from 20,000 to 10,000 was a half loss of everything. From 20,000 to 13,000, you knocked off a ton of money there, so you're not going to lose it now. And then from 13 to 10, hey man, that's much better. So now you're looking at it from the perspective of, well, do I start accumulating now? And if you're going to do that, I'm going to say this. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Don't just throw it all in one batch. Come up with yourself a plan where you can put some in stages as it goes down. And then you're getting money in. You're not putting it all in one spot. And you have a security blanket in case it keeps going way down. You can get your money put in at the lower level, and you can bring that average down to a substantial level, to a low enough point where you'll make your money back fast enough. Because if you were to just all put it in right now, and this thing goes from 15,000 to 10,000, gosh, you've lost half of everything, first of all, and it's going to take twice as long to make all your money back, if you ever make it back at all. Be smart with how you're going to do this. Come up with a solid plan. If you don't have a plan, jump in the Discord and talk to some people about it. Everyone will be happy to help you, and they'll show you what their strategies are. They might not tell you the money points, but we push percentages a lot. You know, you can say percentages, and no one really knows what you have. If you say you used 5%, that could be $500 or $5 million. We really don't know, right? This is kind of a better way to say things based on a percentage. See talking people about bullish divergence on the weekly. That could take some time to still play out. Absolutely, it could still take some time. Don't be a sucker. Look at the monthly RSI. Madman, agree with you there, Keith. High time frame fibs show we hit the 50 off retrace from that last drop, but 618 or 786 is still on the cards. And like he just said, 618 and 786 is still on the cards. What is he talking about? He's talking about these levels here that are fib levels that I have written out, that right here near these CME gaps just so happen to be. And I'll pull a fib and show you real quick right here. These high time frame Fibonacci retracement levels. Right there where you can see it. 618. 618 would be 12,300 on the CME chart. And 68 would be 10,000. 71 would be 94.45. This entire golden pocket would close every CME gap at one time. All this right here would close. And what do I mean by CME gaps? Let me take the fibs off and I'll show you. The green bars that you're about to see are CME gaps, meaning that the market closed on Friday and opened on Monday and the market formed a gap. That only happens on Bitcoin and Ethereum as far as crypto go. Why? Because those are the only two publicly traded CME assets that are available to have gaps on them. Everything else is 24/7, 365. And of course, Bitcoin is actually 24/7, 365, but the CME market turns it off and turns it back on for their traders on the weekend. There's a ton of money there, a ton of pros there. There's recourse for not following it. I'll say that. So as you see, you got two gaps down here, right in the golden pocket. Man, this thing is kind of pointing right that direction. Does that mean it'll happen? No. Does that mean we're going to go lower? Likely. Does those levels have to close? No. But they do become a pretty soft target. All right, they're a pretty soft target. And if they don't close, that's going to be odd to me. I'll play it as the ball lies. And if we start going up, I'm more than happy to be bullish with everybody. But you got to prove it to me at this point. Look at all that price action down and down and down and down and down. Down and down and down over and over and over again. Now, someone will point out that we do have CME gaps up top. And I will agree with you. We do have CME gaps up top. Cool. Problem. We're in a downtrend, not an uptrend. Once we break this downtrend, which will eventually happen, once we break this white line right here, this downtrend line, we can talk about going back up to these gaps. 77% increase to close the lower gap that's above price. 117% increase to close the upper gap. That's at 35,000. Gaps close about 80% of the time. If these gaps close on Bitcoin, that percentage is going to go up because there are no other gaps. There are no other gaps. It'll be more like 90%. Now, I ask you all the time as far as probability goes, would you go with the 90% or would you go with the 10% if you're a betting person? And anyone knows anything about odds or gambling or betting or the way sportsbook works, you take the odds most of the time. All right. The odds have to be astronomically in your favor to even think about entertaining a prop bet on that lower 10%. Think about this stuff before you do it, folks. Just happened to coincide today for a moment. Oh, what's up? Oh, yeah. Coincide. I said coincide. Coincide. Thank you, brother. Let's jump to Ethereum real quick. I know everyone likes to look at Ethereum. Ethereum has still outperformed Bitcoin. However, you're stuck under this short-term trend line right here. Same consolidated range, right? Only it's trying its best to hold on. It hasn't totally failed yet. If it does, what level do I see happening? 780 to 800. Boy, does that piss everybody off or what? Sorry. I'm not here to make you mad. I'm here to be honest with you. I'm here to help everybody make more money. And if that means I got to be honest with you and tell you that $800 is a 60% likelihood for Ethereum, that's just what I'm going to have to tell you. Now, I don't want that to happen, but the reality of the fact is it's more likely than not. So, grow up. Realize it. Own your mistakes and fix it. When I make mistakes, I fix them. Real quick, I'm working on writing a book. We only have 1 minute left. I'm working on writing a book just about my life, right? Because I think it's not that everyone really cares to hear about my life. It's just interesting looking back on it, how I'm even here. And I often question myself how I got here and the series of events that led to me being where I am, right? It makes me think. But I got to the point in writing where I'm in 4th grade and I remember getting pulled out of class, right? I was a bad kid. I'm not going to lie, right? I was a bad kid. But she pulled me out of class and she essentially looked at me and told me that, she knew who my parents were. And my parents were failures. And I'm a failure. And I'm going to be a failure. And that's the way it'll always be. People like you who are from the trailer park, who are trash, who are trailer trash like you are, will always end up that way. And you're not going to ruin it for the rest of the kids in my class, right? Don't think you're going to ruin it for them. I'll never forget the look on her face when she was telling me this. And I'll never forget going home and telling my mom this. And she got mad, but she didn't do anything about it. Because even she knew, right? That the teacher was kind of right. She told me that I'd be, dead or in jail. If I keep going the way I'm going, I'll be dead or in jail. That was 4th grade. was 9 years old, and I still remember that to this day, right? Here I am, own my own business, do my own thing. I trade for a living. In my eyes, I'm a minor success. So, Miss Robinson, that's for you. Nothing more needs to be said. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate y'all coming. If you haven't had the chance to, jump over in our Discord and hang out and shoot the bull with us. It's free till the end of December. And if you don't like it, you can walk away scot-free and not do anything about it, right? No big deal. No worries. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, regular time, 11 p.m., smashing charts for an hour, all different assets, anything you can come up with. We'll see y'all there. In the words of the late, great, notorious B.I.G., you could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to come hang out with me. I have no idea how this is possible, but I appreciate it. Thank you. See y'all on the next stream, y'all. Sky's the limit. Peace.